It was an extraordinary experience to be interviewed by Nancy Solari, because she's such a great interviewer that the conversation developed like just an ordinary discussion between friends sitting in a living room. Despite the relaxed feeling I had after a while and the seeming informality, she was such a skilled interviewer that she steered the conversation to important points that I want to convey to listeners, and that she wanted me to do so. For example, with my dementia, I experience uncertainty about my future, and I'm daily stressed by having to rely on other people for things that I was able to do myself before. And all the time I knew that she knew what I was talking about. She knew even more than me about the difficulty of doing that, because she was diagnosed with her going blind when she was still a teenager, I believe, and had to adjust to her new expectations of life as she grew up through all the difficult life phases that one goes through in your 20s and 30s and so on. So it made it really easy to speak to her. But I also was amazed at how she was able to deal with questions from people who called into the show, and in their difficulties she was able to define an essential point that both she and I had arrived at, of making a business plan for your life, so that you don't just go, you don't feel overwhelmed by what's happening and not knowing what's going to happen, but also you have plans for how to deal with each step of it. Thank you, Nancy, for a wonderful discussion.